keenly watching. Now, what can happen in a metaverse? We did talk about it, right? So within a metaverse, primarily, I could also be working. The classic example, what happened during the lockdowns, right? There were people simulated environments, so this becomes something like a presence. So if you are conducting a conference or a group meeting, okay, people are now deploying their avatars to participate. Of course, they are there physically in their room, in their house, or wherever they are. But then their avatar can interact as well in that meetings, when the virtual meetings. You can socialize, primarily you can participate in different events. Gaming industry is one of the first which took advantage of it. So they've gone much ahead on all this. Then you've got cryptocurrencies or tokenization that has happened, correct? Because that is the lifeline through which you make transfers on the blockchain or in the metaverse. And you've got assets, digital assets, NFTs, okay, which now you own. You are the owner of that, right? And you can trade. Of course, like any marketplaces, you can trade your NFTs, and people can also buy and sell or create NFTs and sell it on the metaverse. And of course, on Web3 or blockchain world. Okay, so NFTs are going to be one of the key factors, and there's a huge what you call shift in the way NFTs are thought about. There are no more JPEGs or designs like monkeys or any of those. They've gone beyond that, right? And in fact, the whole e-commerce segment, what we see today, can be replicated on the metaverse, giving you a much better experience because of the way in which you can feel or present the information. Okay. So that's something which will be happening over the next few years as more participation comes in from large organizations. You can create a NFT, right? There are different standards within the blockchain, how you create NFTs. So each NFT can be unique, right? So they are unique digital assets. Of course, there is an option where you can replicate and make a same copy of it in 1,000 different ways, but then again, there is a procedure for it. So what matters is it one unique asset or there are 100 similar assets? Okay, so that's a choice which is left to the creator or the economist who is working on that blockchain, right? So they're all cryptographic tokens. When we say again cryptography, it uses a mathematical algorithm to ensure that nobody can duplicate or tamper with these tokens, including the ownership of it, right? So this in itself is creating a huge shift in the way you visualize digital assets. Artists are having a huge advantage here because primarily you are now having the flexibility to create your creative assets onto the blockchain or on the metaverse without anybody's permission. You have a wider audience, right? Because now it is digital, you can host it on something which is available or accessible by anybody anywhere. Okay, so you can also build association with whoever buys it. Okay, it is no more that you have a physical distance. Okay, you build your own community. So that's where this fandom comes in, and majority of the influencers have their own token. They have their own fan following who are all participating on this Web3 world. Games are taking huge advantage of NFTs. Apart from avatars, any assets that is to be deployed in a game, okay, can be an NFT. And typically how gaming works is if you pass on and then complete some levels, you earn some rewards. So those rewards are nothing but NFTs, which either empower you to carry forward in that game, or you can trade that with somebody who is looking to skip certain levels. So you are in turn actually making some dollars out of it. Intellectual property is something which is being explored hugely, and NFTs are going to play because if you can wrap your IP, whatever it is, as an NFT, and whoever wants to buy your IP, you sell them that NFT, right? You know that you have built in certain what you call attributes within that NFT, right? So there is a thinking, of course, which is being explored, and I think which should happen in the near future. Uh, NFTs can be wrapped around an executable, right? For example, the classic case is we have got our MS Microsoft 365 Office or whatever set of package of tools, right? So every time you want to install it, if you don't own it, you have to buy. You pay and you buy that, right? Now, what if there was one NFT which encompassed all these executables which you are able to own, and you could carry it to whatever laptop, whatever it is, as long as you are able to prove that okay, you are the owner of that NFT, then you could still install irrespective of what happens, whether it crashes or whatever happens, right? So this concept is giving large access to the finance world. For example, real estate tokens is another area that is being talked about a lot. What typically happens in a real estate is you own some real estate and you expect certain rent out of that, right? So now there are large commercial organizations which are exploring NFTs, and some of them have done it, where it is not necessary that you should buy one flat or one shop in that building. You can buy a 10 by 10 feet or a 1 meter by 1 meter, own some tokens, and whatever is a proportional rent that is appropriate to that, you will be recorded, you will be rewarded. And that reward happens if you own an NFT. So NFTs are a mechanism where you can get rewards apart from the value that is accrued for that NFT, if it is a rare one. Like you've seen some NFTs being sold for a few millions of dollars, right? Now it's all a perspective of an individual, how rare it is and what is the functionality of that NFT, right? So the perception that just a JPEG figure like this monkey is an NFT is not the right way to view it, because NFTs are much beyond just the representation of what they are. So this particular bored ape, these are called bored apes, okay, was launched as NFTs. And you'll be surprised that they were being sold for millions of dollars. And they are active even today, though their pricing would have gone down by 90%. Still, the community is able to take advantage of it, because if you own a bored ape, you're getting rewards. And where do these rewards come from? Rewards come from other participants or other tokens, token economies which want to participate here. Because they have got, probably if you have 1 million followers, I want to sell my project or make my project popular, I will come and type with you and say that, okay, you put my project to all your 1 million followers. And if somebody participates in my project, I'll give them the rewards. So that's something which is happening, which is the economy which we have been talking about, right? So that economy will grow. And where does this happen? Through all your virtual identities and goods. Now, when we say goods, literally, there will be virtual goods that will be deployed on the metaverse, right? We saw that architects can deploy their buildings, interior designers can deploy their interior, whatever it is, and people are going and are doing those activities, right? So if you are an expert in that, you can take advantage of that by participating here and sharing your expertise, right? So this primarily means that there is an opportunity now for every individual to own and create an economy, right? So you can start sharing your expertise, participating in these, and then effectively at the end of it, what it does is it proves that you are the owner, which is the digital ownership, and there is an identity, which is a virtual one, of course, on the metaverse or on the Web3. So that gives a very, very large opportunity for people to participate and, of course, be productive here. So one of the most successful and talked about NFT launches by a large organization was by Nike. I think sometime in 2021, they started exploring it. And they have been very successful, where they have now been able to make around $185 million is what the last count was of. What I've done is NFTs created by Nike are available in a marketplace which is called OpenSea. Right? OpenSea is a marketplace where you can trade NFTs. So once NFT is made available here, okay, anybody can go and buy, right? So that is the idea here. So what I have done is, okay, let me just move this down. So if you see, this is the marketplace. Now, how will I go and buy this? And what is the value of this? This is some $217, which has to be paid in a currency called wrapped ETH. W is wrapped ETH. Okay. So this is Ethereum on this platform. Okay. So now, if you have anywhere more than this, you could be a owner of this particular shoe. Now, what does the shoe? It represents a shoe, right? Now let's participate. So I'll go and connect. So how do I connect? I connect through my wallet, which I discussed earlier, right? So here, what happens is, once you connect, it will ask that, okay, are you because it's on my desktop, right? I have given the password, everything, now it is connected, right? So I have now connected. So it is asking me to confirm. This is the signature that happens on the blockchain. So actually this part of it is happening on a blockchain through the MetaMask on the Ethereum blockchain. Okay. So I have to sign in. When I'm saying sign in, I'm proving that I am the owner of this wallet, right? Because I have access to this. Neither any of you can sign in this, come and sign this. Only I, because I am the owner, I know the password and I have access to this wallet. So I sign in, right? It'll take a couple of seconds. Yeah. So now I'm connected. So you see here, now it has changed. So what does it say? If I go to profile, okay, it shows who I am with my address. Okay. Right. So it says, okay, this is my address, joined on this date. It gives a history. I've just created a test, so I'm not going to be having any data there. Right. But then the idea is that, okay, now I am able to participate. Right. Just give a second. It'll take some time. Yeah. So now I am able to have access to this, and being a marketplace, I can buy this also. Okay, if I have that sufficient currency available with me, right? So that's something which I wanted to show you. So how you can, so any NFT can be like this. So I've just picked up because Nike is one of the most popular. So any NFT, if you go here and look at OpenSea, there'll be thousands, probably hundreds, not millions of NFTs available. Okay, because they're one of the popular, what you call, marketplaces. There are others like Rarible and all. Okay. Now Porsche, the popular car, they also have their own NFTs. Okay. So if you look at Porsche again, what they're doing, they are building a experience for their clients. Okay. So what it means is, when I buy a Porsche, I am given an NFT. I can own an NFT, right? What does owning an NFT mean? That I have it in my. So again, I'm signing in. Again, it is asking me to prove that I am the owner of this wallet. So now it is connected to the platform. Okay. So let me prove that I am the owner. So now I have got access to the Porsche NFT marketplace, right? Now, these are very high-end cars. Their NFTs are also going to be high-end. And what is the automotive industry doing with an NFT? That is the question, right? Effectively, what they are doing is multiple applications are being arrived at, or users of NFT. So if I own a Porsche NFT, it could be an exact replica of my car, right? They're capturing all the maintenance on that NFT. Tomorrow, if I sell that car, I also sell my NFT. So the complete history or the maintenance history of that car goes along with this NFT, right? That is one news. Now, second, Porsche says that, okay, we are now celebrating 50 years of our existence. We want to reward our customers. It could be anything, right? So they can now have access to all the owners through the NFT. So they'll enable a mechanism where they so that, okay, if you go and sign in with your NFT, you will get this particular reward. It can be anything. Okay. So those kind of sales, marketing, maintenance things are already very, very popular in the automotive. All large brands, BMW, Ford, Porsche, whatever, Audi, they're all into NFT. They will move into metaverse, right? Because they want to give the experience to the user, right? So this is one thing where now, which is taking your thinking about how I can apply NFT and metaverse to a particular technology or skill that I have, right? Now we'll take one step forward. We'll actually look at a metaverse now, right? Now we are not talking about having headsets and others. A simple browser-based, what you call metaverse, that is an interior designer who has deployed it. Now, yeah, hello.
Yes.
Sorry, how much did I miss? There is no warning coming up.
Yep. Just for a few seconds.
Just a few seconds. Okay,
Yeah.
great. So what I'll do is I have moved into from now Porsche to another one. Now this is a real metaverse. This is deployed on a metaverse platform. Okay, that platform is called Decentraland, right? Decentraland is a metaverse where you can deploy your metaverse and also create your own metaverse there,
Hello.
right?
Yeah. Sorry, we lost your screen. The
Oh,
sharing screen.
one second. I think so. Okay, visible now?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. So what we are doing is we are now actually exploring a real metaverse. When I say real metaverse, there is a platform called Decentraland, one of the largest and the earliest metaverse platforms. Here, people can create their own metaverse. They can create their avatars, play. And this I picked up randomly because this talks about real estate, right? So what I've done is I have connected with my wallet, right? I have an avatar that is given by Decentraland itself, right? Now, what I do is I want to explore this metaverse. So I jump into the metaverse. Now, the thing here is I can either go through my wallet or I can go as a guest, right? So I'll just choose I want to go in as a guest. Now, some of these are quite compute intensive, which means that your laptop should have sufficient RAM and space to run. So it actually the CPU starts running and your fan starts running even for this kind of a experience. So that is one of the things which a metaverse demands very high end computing and power, right? So it can't be done on normal office laptops. Okay, though mine is 8 GB one. Okay, I still am able to because this is just one of the entry level kind of an experience. Okay, so if we go much deeper, much more high end kind of metaverses with very good clarity and additional accessories like headsets and all, you really need to have a very high powered CPU for that, right? Now, what happened? Okay, let me just, okay. So it is a little bit slow for me also because of the restrictions of the space and whatever power is here, right? But then the idea is that, okay, what am I doing? I'm getting into, okay, let's see where we ended up. Okay, it's taking a bit of time. So let's go back. Yeah, I think, see, there is also a local version which I'm not going to deploy. But then, since we are just having a small session here without high-end, okay, I think I'll do one thing. I'll close this. Okay, this is connected. I'll jump in. Okay. So to participate in Web3, you have to prove that you own that wallet. That is one of the key things. Okay. And once you connect to the block through the blockchain to the metaverse, okay. So all that validation, everything happens through the cryptography on the blockchain. So information is captured, right? Now, whatever the avatar, everything is here. So I don't want to get into any of those things. I just continue, right? Okay, what is it saying? It is asking me to. Okay, this is something. Okay, okay. You just close this. You should not be this screen. It should actually take me directly into that avatar. Okay, let me continue with wallet. So I'll sign in again to prove that I have the ownership. Okay, it's connected. Okay. Yeah, and because of the graphics that is involved, typically on most laptops, home laptops or work laptops, you will have this challenge. Okay, and I think the video also is adding to the. Let's see, it will connect this time. Oops. Let me just continue. Okay. No, I think what exactly happens here is that okay. Just okay, it went through. Okay. These are some typical what we call agreements that you need to accept when you're connecting. Okay, this is just to demonstrate what a metaverse would look like. Very similar to if you're already a gamer. You might be very familiar because most of the keys and other things. This what you are landed up. Okay, it's a scene. Okay, it is not connected to that particular metaverse, unfortunately. You'll have to see why that is happening. But then this is a land parcel. So one of the things on any metaverse is that you will have land parcels like this, which you can own, and your avatar will be able to traverse the metaverse. Okay, and you've got different views that can be enabled through this. Okay, so you got your avatar, and you can walk, run, jump, all those things happen. And this is the idea. There is a map here. Okay, the map gives you all the what you call the plan. Of course, being immersive, you have audio, video, everything coming up, right? So let me just go into this. Okay, it's taking a lot of time to load. So this primarily is a interior designers what you call metaverse. Okay, so I enter through this lobby. I think it'll take time. Let me try how fast it is. Okay. Okay. Okay, I'm entering the lobby of that whatever residential space. Okay. Yeah, so this is the lobby. So you can see how when I say graphic, it involves all this. There is a person here, okay, which will be a reception area, and so you can have conversations typically like whatever you can program it, okay, and then you can bring in such text pop-ups or call-outs to convey what needs to be done, and you can move around, okay, and in fact you can display. See, what are these are all like your display screens, right? So imagine this is a art gallery, you have got your art here. Imagine this is a mall, you have got your ads going on. So a very similar experience, what you find physically can be done on the metaverse. Okay, just to give, so you can, artists are hugely involved because you see the amount of detail that goes into this, right? So you can actually replicate whatever you have in creatively. There are different platforms, tools that are available for designers. Okay, and there are advanced platforms where you can design 3D. Okay, if you are a graphics designer or a visual designer, you use those tools. And gamers like Unreal and Unity, these are platforms that are used extensively in the metaverse. Okay, you can see that this projection is animated, right? So it goes around, so you can create that kind of a environment within whatever you are looking at. Okay, so this is a small, what you call, sample. In fact, anybody can go and connect to Decentraland. Okay, you don't need any permission, and you can log in through guest or there. But if you want to buy something or anything, you need to have their token. Their token is called MANA. Okay, and that's typically what they use for any trade on this or transaction, right? So it gives some, it's like a map. You have everything. Okay, and they have their own worlds. There are different worlds within this Decentraland. Uh, like for example, Nike creates its own world, and then everything related to Nike is a part of that particular metaverse.